All right, fellas, welcome back to another video. Today we got a good one. We're looking at 4 products made by prominent men's lifestyle YouTubers. Okay, so in my opinion, these guys are like the Hall of Fame OG YouTubers that I remember inspired me like 25 years ago when I started my channel. They inspired me to get going, and I just think they're great guys. So let's start first. We got TMF, Teaching Men's Fashion. We got ESNTLS, that's his brand, clothing. Then we have Teddy Baldassare's watch straps. I think it's called Teddy. And I got Jeremy Fragrances, one of his fragrances, which is great, his colognes. And then Alpha M's Enemy Shades. So hopefully these are gonna be great. And we're gonna take a look and rank them from best to worst and see how they do. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with Jose Zuniga's ESNTLS clothing brand. So this is like basics, you know, sweatpants, streetwear kind of stuff. And just a little background on Jose. He's a men's lifestyle, but he really started as men's fashion. And like I said, when I first started my channel, when I first started watching YouTube and getting into it, he was definitely one of the first guys I was into. I really liked him.
You look bland and boring.
He had a great sense of style, I think, also, and he actually started out more of like a suit guy. So it's actually interesting that he went this path into like streetwear and stuff, because I really liked it when he was into like high quality stuff. And I remember that I even bought a pair of Allen Edmonds shoes, the Atchison tassel loafers, because I saw he had them and they looked so great on him. So I definitely have to give him some credit for that. And he was a big inspiration to me before. So let's take a look at the sweatshirt. All right, so I got this blue sweatshirt from the ESNTLS collection, and I actually have to buy it on eBay because when you go to the ESNTLS website, it says they have a new drop coming in a couple weeks, but you can't buy anything now. So I had to buy this on eBay used, and I'm not sure how much it retailed for, probably something like 60 to 80 bucks in that range, I think. And I paid 30 for it. So my first impressions really are, it's French terry. It's 100% cotton. Some of the details include like, it's got these cool like seam pockets in the front, which kangaroo pockets, and then it has like half ribbing at the hem. But overall, it's honestly pretty basic. It seems like he kind of just threw something out there to like start a business, maybe to monetize, make some money, but there's no real sense of creativity or great attention to detail. There's nothing really unique about basics. And something about basics, you know, there's not that much to them, so you gotta pay attention to like little things like fabric and stitching and stuff to really set yourself apart and make it worthwhile, especially if you're paying a premium. Like I'm wearing Everlane. I always recommend Everlane as basic because they're like ethically produced, and I happen to love the fabrics that they put out. And to me, this one, which is also 100% cotton, it has like a nice smooth finish and the fit's great. It holds up well after wash, whereas this one just doesn't really feel the same in terms of like density and quality. It's not bad, but it's not really that great either. And I'm not really sure I would buy this if it wasn't for this video, to be honest. Okay guys, so we're just doing B-roll now, and like it's really my second time wearing this, and I just want to reiterate, it's not bad. Like it's actually cool. Like I just said, it's pretty cool, but I just don't think I'd pay 85 bucks for it. But it is cool. Like it fits nicely on the sleeves. It's like nice and slim. The pocket's actually pretty comfortable. But 85 bucks is just a lot for a sweatshirt. I don't know. You know, I was trying to think of these things like, you know, would someone who's not a fan of these channels, and in this case, Jose Zuniga, would you go out and buy this? Like, it looks so cool. And I personally don't think, if I show this to anybody, they wouldn't be like, oh, that's something I have to buy, it's so unique. I know they have t-shirts and stuff that look pretty cool that I'd love to check out. Unfortunately, my wallet can't really afford to do that for right now. Jose, if you want to hook me up and send me some shirts, that'd be great. But for now, let's move on to the next item. Next up, we got Teddy Baldassare's watch straps. And I've been meaning to get these for a while because Teddy is like, he's like the prince of the watch community right now on YouTube. He's great. And also I remember when I was starting the channel for the Mensch, I actually did a video with him where we like I wrote a script for Summer Essentials or something like that. I wonder if it's still up there.
I didn't make this list by myself. I was actually joined by a member and a fellow viewer of the channel, Gabriel, aka the Mensch.
So Teddy sells a lot of different brands on his site now. And he sells a lot of different brands for watch straps as well. But this one I wanted to get because this is from Teddy Originals, which is his own brand. So I wanted to check these out specifically. They're not super cheap, 50 bucks each, which is high for watch straps considering you can get some for like 10, 20 bucks on Amazon, no problem. So I have pretty high expectations for this, and Teddy has great taste himself. So I'm sure he did a good job with these. And it says it's French calfskin, so I'm excited to see how this wears over time. So my first impressions, one thing I really like is at the back of the watch strap, a lot of times people cheap out with the fabric on the back. It's usually like cheap fake suede or something like that. And this is like really nice full grain leather on the front and on the back. It's nicely taped around the edges, which is great. I was a little disappointed. There's no what do they call that? The quick release spring bar there. So there's gonna be a little bit more annoying to put into the watch. But overall, the quality feels really nice. And I'll actually have to wear it a bunch actually on a watch and really put some use into it to get a better gauge of how good the quality actually is. But first impressions, I really like it, and it's hard to actually make something that's really good quality and stands out when it comes to watch straps. Almost everything's been done before. But I'm really proud of him, because I think, I mean, not that not me being proud means anything to him, but I think he did a great job with this, and I'm glad he was able to actually spend the time and find something that he's probably very proud to put out and share with watch lovers out there. So this is great. Now, it's hard to say if someone who didn't watch Teddy or know who he was would buy these watch apps, and I think it's also because he makes these really for his fans, for people who know who he is to buy. But I'd have no problem, recommending these to someone who's looking for a watch strap in this price range, because I think they're great. Next up, very excited about this one. We got Jeremy Fragrance's new fragrance. It sounds weird when you say fragrance, but whatever. His new cologne, and this is called Date for Men. So my brother actually turned me on to Jeremy Fragrance. He's like, yo, this guy, handsome devil from Germany. He's obsessed with colognes. You gotta check him out. And he is the guy on YouTube for colognes. So I wanted to check out his colognes. I know that people were knocking. My brother really wanted to try the colognes. Super expensive. They're like, if you want to get a full bottle, we were looking, it was like $300 for a normal size bottle. And I think he does like Black Friday deals. I think he tried to lower the price a bit, but right now it was full price. So I tried the new one. It's called Date for Men. So since it was so expensive, I had to get a little tiny bottle, and it was still $60, I think, right after shipping. It was like $60. Something that he did is really smart. His theme is that he has different scents for different occasions. So he has office for work, and then this one is date for like going out. So it's supposed to be like fun, whatever. So for what the notes are, I couldn't remember it all by heart. So David's gonna give me the phone. I'm gonna read them off to you. So we have a clash of 4 fruits: bergamot, lemon, mandarin, juniper berry. But the juniper berry is very strong, mixed with a clash of oriental sexual masculinity and 4 notes: patchouli, oud, vetiver, and cardamom. So basically, it's hard I always say fragrances are very hard to portray in like a video or something like that, because you can't smell it. There's nothing to base off of. But basically, I would say what it smells like is, if you guys know Dior Sauvage, super popular. Everyone knows Johnny Depp on the cover.
It's magic.
So it smells a lot like that to me. Definitely a similar vibe. It's kind of like dark, mysterious, definitely going out at night for sure. Definitely has that masculine, but the fun, kind of appealing, approachable, citrusy vibe that you get from that berry, I think. So I actually think it's great. I've sprayed it on a couple times before the video and wore it around, and my wife liked it, so that's always a plus. David's wife liked it, that's a plus. So pretty much, I think it's great. Listen, Jeremy, if you watch his videos, you know how passionate he's the real deal. He knows everything. So you gotta believe that he's really putting in the time and effort to make sure that he's really into his colognes. I feel bad that the pricing thing, I think, is a barrier to people, because I think he gets a lot of hate for that. People can't afford it. But I think he's doing a great thing. Listen, this bottle is gonna last me probably like a year or two, because I'm not wearing cologne, or especially this cologne, every day. I got a few. But I really do like this cologne a lot. I think he's doing a great job. So I think back to the point, if someone who didn't know who Jeremy Fragrance was, would they be interested in buying this? I think the answer is for sure yes, because if you're on the street and someone smells you and goes like, yo, that smells amazing, I want to buy that for my boyfriend, I want to buy it for myself. Or if they saw it in a store and smelled it, they don't need to know who Jeremy is to buy it if they like it. Last but not least, we got really the master of menswear, men's lifestyle on YouTube. We got Alpha M, Aaron Marino himself, a short king. And he started a bunch of companies. I remember he started like skincare companies. I started watching this guy really in college. I remember my roommates were like, why are you watching this annoying short guy all the time? And I was like, oh, he's the man. Like, I get a lot out of his videos. It was great. Now, I know that these are marketed as like a luxury, badass alpha sunglass company, and they're $100, which is not cheap, right? You can buy like Ray-Bans at the Nordstrom Rack, which I just did, for $100. But, at the same time, Alpha holds a dear place in my heart. And for that reason, I wanted to give them a shot, check them out, check out the sunglasses. I don't know, give a pretty honest assessment of them. Okay, so I got the Enemy ones. I think this is like the original. He has 3 different models. It's hard to buy sunglasses online because you don't know the shape, you don't know how it's gonna fit your face, all the dimensions and stuff. So my first impressions here, how they feel before I even put them on. Honestly, they feel pretty cheap. Like, they don't feel like, I know they sometimes he says online like he uses like amazing lenses and Italian acetate and stuff like that, but they're very light, which could be bad, it could be good depending on who you are. But the hinges, to me, also they just look fine. Nothing crazy. If I picked these up, I wouldn't. It's really hard to judge with sunglasses, in his defense. But if I picked these up at the store, I wouldn't be like, oh, these are $100 sunglasses, because that's definitely premium. It's up there with like really good brands that you can get on sale. So let's try these on. Let's see how they fit. Now I think he had polarized version. This is not the polarized version, and they were the same price. And I thought that was weird because polarized is usually more expensive than non-polarized. So I thought that was very strange. And I'm looking at the light, our light over here, and it actually is pretty clear, which is good. Like sometimes you get a glare with sunglasses. So these actually do a pretty good job at blocking light. So you guys will let me know if you think I look good in these. I think they're a little big on me. I remember looking in the mirror. But going back to the earlier point, if someone doesn't know Alpha, right, and they see these sunglasses, would they think these are like amazing, worth $100? To me, the answer is no. I don't think they're worth that. But you guys know, like Alpha's a businessman. He's been on Shark Tank twice, right? He got a deal with Barbara. So he's got a lot of different businesses going on. And I know that I tend to think, even though I love Alpha, he has a special place in my heart, but I think that it comes off a little bit like he's just looking for money as much as possible. Because I don't know, how can you do so many businesses and every time you have an idea, you start a business? It seems to me like he has the platform and anything he kind of throws out there, people will buy. So I'm a little bit cynical in that way, but I also don't think the glasses are that great. But I'd love to hear from you guys what you think. And now let's rank everything. Let's bring it all back. Here we go. All right, so let's rank them 1 through 4. Okay, so coming in 4th place for me was Jose with the Essentials collection. To me, it just seems like, honestly, it's not that great a sweatshirt in my opinion. Plus, they're expensive. I think if you're looking for basics, you can just go to Everlane. So I don't think he's bringing any value there. And coming in 3rd place, we're going, unfortunately, with my boy Alpha M, the Enemy Shades. In my opinion, they're just not that great of sunglasses for $100. And I wouldn't buy these really unless I knew who Alpha was. So these are coming in 3rd place. Now coming in number 2, we got my boy, the teddy bear, Teddy Baldassare with his watch straps. For $50, they're not super cheap, but I really like them. High quality, and definitely recommend if you're a fan of Teddy to go buy his watch straps and support the channel. So that's number 2, and that means number 1. Guys, number 1 is none other than Jeremy Fragrance Cologne. Listen, he's the number 1 authority on cologne, so he's got to talk the talk, he's got to walk the walk, and I think it shows. Listen, he put out a great cologne, and I think the other thing is that it's his thing, meaning all the other guys out here, they're not doing clothing or sunglasses. They just put that stuff out there, and I think they're capitalizing on their audiences. They don't really have their heart into it. Whereas I think even Teddy's putting out watch straps, but like I wish Teddy would put out a watch that someone could buy. He's designing, but Jeremy, he's able to make his own cologne and put it all together and make some really nice smelling cologne. So I think you guys check it out for that reason. He's number 1. Okay, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up. Let me know in the comments if you own any of these items and if you think they're worth buying, or if there's any other products by Menswear, YouTubers and stuff out there that we should check out. So as always, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.